Beans was unlike any dog people had ever seen. His little back curved like a question mark, making him walk with a unique, wobbly stride. Strangers often paused during walks, whispering, "Look at that little dog," curiosity and tenderness in their voices. But Beans never noticed. He didn't think he was different. His world was filled with simple joys, sniffing grass, riding in cars, and cuddling up with his pack. That curved spine, which made others stare, never slowed him down. It was just part of who he was. When Beans first came into the shelter, he was only 4 months old. He could barely lift his head. Small, wrinkled, and fragile, he looked more like a crumpled blanket than a puppy. Walking was a struggle. Every step seemed uncertain. The staff couldn't figure out what was wrong at first, but a vet later diagnosed him with dwarfism, a curved spine, and other skeletal issues. It sounded serious, maybe even hopeless. Some thought he wouldn't live to see his first birthday. But from the start, something about Beans made it impossible to walk away. His soft eyes held a quiet determination, the kind that whispers, "Just give me a chance." That chance was all he needed. He was brought home with a silent promise. However long his life would be, it would be filled with love, comfort, and safety. The early weeks weren't easy. As Beans grew, his spine curved more and he needed extra care. Little things like walking, eating, or sleeping comfortably required effort. But his spirit never dimmed. The moment he stepped into his new home, he explored it like it was built just for him. There was no fear, no hesitation, just curiosity. Each room was a new adventure, each rug a soft cloud to flop on. The other dogs in the house welcomed him instantly, and Beans fit right in, like he'd always been part of the pack. Among the dogs, Denali became his closest companion. Every morning, Beans would find him and give a soft lick to his face, a gentle good morning. It became their quiet ritual. Hugo, another pup in the house, was also special to Beans. The two of them were always touching, side by side, tails overlapping, heads resting together. It was their way of saying, "I'm here with you." Beans's love for life only grew. He adored car rides. The sound of a car door opening made him race toward it with his little tail wagging wildly. One of the most unforgettable moments came during a trip to meet a dolphin. Watching Beans gently nuzzle the dolphin's nose, it was impossible not to tear up. A dog who once had no future now stood face to face with something magical. Despite his physical challenges, Beans never acted like a dog with limits. He never showed self-pity. He never hesitated. He played, cuddled, and ran with the same joy as any other dog. To him, life was just something to love. He wasn't just a dog with special needs. He was a missing piece in a bigger story. His presence filled the house with laughter, warmth, and quiet strength. The struggles, the vet visits, the worries. None of it mattered when Beans curled up on the couch or gazed up with those wide, trusting eyes. He defied every expectation. Where there was supposed to be pain, he gave comfort. Where there was fear, he brought courage. Where there was doubt, he showed what love could do. Beans didn't just survive. He lived beautifully. Every animal has a story. And some, like Beans's, are stories that rewrite what people think is possible. For anyone considering adoption, especially of a dog that looks a little different or needs a little more care, his story is a reminder. Love changes everything. These animals may look small or fragile, but the love they give is massive. Once that trust is earned, it never breaks. Beans may have come from a place of struggle, but now, every day is a celebration of how far he's come. His story isn't just about survival. It's about joy, resilience, and the quiet magic of being seen for who you truly are.